And we're back. Episode 53. I just slammed some pre-workout, so we're going to be hyphy on this one.
I got mine right here, ready to go.
Ooh. We're should be up on YouTube and Twitch. Let us know in the comments if there's any audio, video issues as usual. Oh, good to be back, brother. Good to be back. Also, a little disclaimer, our building might collapse during this live podcast.
Yeah, the AC system.
It sounded like there was a train driving across the top of our building for a little bit there. Everything was shaking, but it stopped, so I think we're good. No idea what that's about, but historic buildings, it's a beautiful thing.
Yes, it is. All right. What are we talking about today?
This week, we are talking about the truth of restaurant failure rates. Everybody always says 90% of restaurants fail in the first year. Not quite the case. But we'll look at those numbers, and then we got why good restaurants still close. Regardless of having good food, you still can close as a restaurant. You good?
You like what I'm doing here? I'm changing things up. I don't like the swing arm. There we go.
Oh, it's beautiful.
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 There
Welcome
we go.
back. All right, you want to jump right into it?
Let's do it.
Did this just break?
It did not.
All right, here we go.
All right, some Empire updates. Last week, record week. Already, February 2026. Would you have thought that we would have hit a record week this early on this year?
No.
No.
And that's not a record week for the year. That's a record for all time.
All time.
All-time Smash Buddies record, which I will say I knew it was going to be busier because we had 2 weeks of snow and ice. Nobody was going out. So I knew it was going to be busier, but I didn't expect a record.
No, that was crazy. And it really didn't start until Friday. We had like a 35% jump, carried that into Saturday and Sunday, and that kind of just made our week really freaking good.
Yeah,
I think we beat our next best week by like $1,500.
Yeah.
Damn.
Friday was a record. I believe Sunday was a record as well.
For best Sunday ever?
Yep.
Nice.
2 record days and a record week.
First 5K day.
First 5K day.
Feels good.
Yeah, we've been close a few times.
I know.
I think one time we were like $50.
I've always wanted to cheat it a little bit, but I haven't, so
order 10
feels good
burgers
to not
and
have
nine.
to cheat about it.
Yeah, we did like 52.50 or something that day. So it was, excuse me, good record day.
Yeah, absolutely.
What other updates we got? Buddy Rub.
Yep.
Still back. Just like last week, sbohio.shop. Get on there and order some Buddy Rub.
The last rub your meat's ever going to need.
You got it. Sub count, we're up to 206.
Getting close.
Yeah.
Honestly, we're pretty close. 20% of the way there.
Yep. We're getting
I'll take it.
Couple every week. So
yeah.
Shout out to the new subs. Welcome to our awesome channel, the channel of awesomeness. And St. Patty's Day yacht shot hats are ordered. They'll be here probably next week.
They look really good. Everyone loves the Olympic hats too, so
I brought in like 15 more today.
Okay. We'll try to get them
We
sold.
should be stocked up.
Yeah. When's the next U.S. men's hockey game?
Today.
Is it today?
It's actually right now.
Who they playing?
Sweden, I
think
believe. We're not very good at this.
No, we're not.
I've been focusing on podcast
No,
stuff.
I know.
I forgot about hockey. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they're playing the Swedes right now. Can you say that?
Yeah, I think so.
Did they go by?
It's appropriate.
Yeah. Did you see the what's the
illegal fingering and curling?
Yes.
Yeah.
Curling fingering.
The illegal fingering.
Yeah, wild.
Yeah, I think last Olympics it was too much. The brushes were too brushy.
Oh.
Like they were too powerful. And this year it's illegal fingerings.
Yeah, what a
lot of drama.
What a crazy thing.
Oh,
Did you see the videos?
Yeah.
It's like it's interesting, just like the little flick.
Just a tiny little flick.
Whoa, man.
Yeah.
Get your hands off that thing. All right, no one in the chats yet, so I think we're just gonna wing it.
Fly on by.
Yeah, jump on into it. All right, so we pulled some numbers from the National Restaurant Association for the truth of restaurant failure rates.
See, the NRA, that always gets me because that has another meaning that I'm much more familiar with, but it's also the National Restaurant Association.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
All right, within the first year they say 20 to 30% of restaurants fail. So we made it past that. Within the first 2 years, 45 to 50% of restaurants fail. And within the first 5 years, 60 to 70% of restaurants fail. How do you feel about those numbers?
Personally, not great, but we've already made it 2 years.
It's not really inspiring, is it?
No, not at all. I mean, if we count the food truck, we're like year 3.5.
Yeah, I don't think that counts, though.
No, I don't think so either. But, it's basically you have a 20% chance of failure every year. So if you make it past the first 2 years, like, you only have another 20% chance to fail.
After 5, though, it seems like you're pretty good.
Yeah.
You'll be all right if you make it 5 years.
Which makes sense. I also wonder, I don't know if you looked it up, but as far as like restaurants, is this like new concepts or is this like McDonald's? Is this like Wendy's and like chains and franchises? Because I feel like the likelihood of a McDonald's failing does not factor in for that. Like they probably have like a 99% success rate after 5 years, I would think.
Yeah.
But I would imagine that's probably like new single owner builds.
I think it's more new concepts, not franchised.
Which makes a lot of sense because a lot of people are starting a business that maybe they don't necessarily have any experience, or they have experiences in restaurants but not running restaurants. And the business side of things is a way different beast than just, and I'm not, downplaying it at all. Cooking food can be hard, but it's a completely different skill set from just cooking food.
Yeah, and you're dealing with a line of work where the margins are so small. Mm-hmm. Like the margin of error is so small. Like if you fuck anything up, you pay for it. Yeah. And it could essentially cost your business, Where like we had the roofing guy on, for those roof jobs, your margins are way better. So you can afford to give away a roof, or if something happens, you just eat it. But you had 4 roofs that week. So your margins are significantly better on, on other businesses, where for us, it's like you have a great week and you still only made such a small amount, Like, I mean, we'll go over our numbers at the end of this, kind of where we were at for last week. But essentially, all of our profits from last week, if a freezer breaks, there go your entire week's profit. If one thing breaks, one thing happens, it's like, boom, all that work you did in that week, gone.
All right. I'm seeing these top 5 reasons that restaurants have failed. And they're all ringing true for us a little bit.
Yep.
Poor location. We have that.
Number 1.
Lack of marketing. I mean, we have a little bit of marketing, but we could put more money into it. It's just money's tight. So our marketing's okay. Word of mouth is good.
Yeah.
Financial mismanagement. I wouldn't say it's mismanagement so much as not a great understanding of
it's a learning
restaurant finances. It's a learning curve, and we're still much on the upward slope to figuring things out. Bad hiring and poor management. We've been there. I think that's tough for all restaurants, though. The turnaround is so high that it's hard to find good people.
Yeah.
And especially when you're not super busy, you have a small crew. Every person on that crew is like vital importance. And if they leave and you have a lot of turnover with just 3 people, me and you or the owners or the upper management have to step in, and then they're getting detracted from what they're, doing. They should be doing as far as like managing.
Yeah. And it's constantly like you'll hire, I mean, we've said this before, you hire a group of people and after a couple months, there's one that's still there.
Yeah.
So it's ever evolving and rotating door. But we have done a lot better, I would think, in the last 6 months as far as turnover than the 6 months prior. So like we're definitely learning, learning and have better understanding of that. And I mean, at this point now, our kitchen leads are handling, that aspect, which is great.
Well, I think a lot of that, we've just been cultivate, like the loyal people, the people who want to be there, you cultivate those people, you give them more responsibilities, you give them more pay, you teach them one step up from where they're at, and you reward that. And I think that's kind of like, we've had enough people stick around long enough that are still all about it. And we're like, here's the keys. We'll help you along the way.
Help us help you. Congrats on the record week from Code Man Stan. Thank you, Cody, for always logging on,
Yeah.
watching with us.
I think the last one, though, I don't think no clear brand or concept. I feel like we both have a clear brand and a clear concept for the restaurant.
For the restaurant.
The bar.
A little asterisk on there for the restaurant. Bar, we're getting there.
We're getting there. It's starting to morph into something. I still don't know exactly what that is, but
our brand and concept of the bar is there happens to be a bar at our burger restaurant.
yeah.
If you want to drink, it's a convenience.
And it's cool in there.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
So I asked the old AI, Chat GPT, I said, based on everything that you know about Smash Buddies, what percentage would you give them of survival past 5 years? Because I was interested. It said 55 to 65% survival, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
I think,
It's 10% better than what is
it
expected
said.
of us.
yeah, 30 to 40% chance is the standard. And we're at 55 to 65, based off what the internet knows about us. So I said, well, what are give me 5 reasons why you think we could fail. It said our simple menu. And one of the reasons for that was big groups. Not everybody has an option,
Yeah.
like a salad or a vegan option. So
Yeah.
it's going to detour big groups, which we haven't had an issue with. On Sunday, we had 2 groups of 10 came in at the same time. We
Really?
had 2 parties of 10
Oh.
walked in the door at the same time. We had 2 10 tops ordering drinks and food. And it got a little crazy there for a minute, but the guys crushed it. Number 2 was local competition.
Like 6 months ago, I could see that. Nowadays, I think we're riding pretty smooth as far as local competition goes.
Yeah, it's not too bad. But everybody's doing smash burgers. There's
That is true.
thousands of restaurants in the city, and everybody's got a burger. So
I will say, though, a lot of the smash burger concepts that are opening up, they're like very much different, more gourmet, more farm to table, more expensive, which it's a burger, but I feel like it takes it kind of like out of the class that we're kind of sitting in,
yeah,
where we're more of like a quick, reasonably priced, good food. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's not like a luxury burger or anything.
No, I feel like we're like the traditional old school American family burger joint.
Old school, new school. Yeah,
Mhm.
for
New
sure.
school, old school. And then at number 3, it said our location. We got
Yep, still an issue, but we're still seeing growth
Hey,
in spite of that.
At least it didn't say location's number 1.
Yeah.
3, I can work with. 4, it said quick expansion based off having a food truck, the restaurant, and now the full bar. It knew all that and the timelines of which we open things. It said these guys are moving fast. It's another reason we could fail.
Which I think. How do you feel? Do you think we've expanded too quickly? Like based on like historical like trends and like things that we've done? Like
no.
I feel like everything
Like for
kind
us
of
personally?
Yeah, but I feel like everything like, opening the restaurant as soon as we did seemed like a big jump. But as far as like all of the other factors that were going on around the business, it made sense to do it then.
Right.
And same with the bar. Like the previous tenant, it was
Horrible.
It was not like we were in a very bad relationship with them, and they were, I think, actively sinking our brand because of their poor management and other things that they did. So it's like we had to take over the bar. It wasn't so much a matter of
it was like we can allow somebody else the opportunity.
yeah.
We can allow the landlord to give it to somebody else and then hope that there's a good working relationship there, and then we work together, or just take matters into our own hands. And trust.
Financially, it seemed like a quick expansion because we weren't able to recoup a lot of that initially, and we still probably have a little bit ways to go, but it had to happen then.
Yeah. No, we did hit some good liquor numbers this week, though.
Yeah, I think we were close to 1,800.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Which is not bad. For us, people, come on. It's not bad.
We're getting close to 10%.
We're getting close. Let's see, Code Man Stan. Everybody is making a burger with some sauce and calling it a smash burger. Ain't nobody making a smash burger like the Smash Buddies. Truth?
That's high praise.
Yeah, high praise. High praise. Number 5, restaurant economics and rising food costs is the 5th reason that ChatGPT thought we could fail.
Yeah, and that's fair. I mean, looking at beef futures and talking to Jason, beef prices aren't going down. Like they're going to stay elevated probably for the next 6 months. And right now we're at $4.33 a pound.
Yeah.
Which is honestly like reasonable when you go to the grocery store and it's $6 a pound for 80/20. But that's just something we're going to have to deal with. That's why we have chicken. That's why we've started to expand our menu just a little bit so you can have other options. That's like why we're eventually going to have milkshakes this year.
Yeah.
Because you have to diversify. As much as you have to diversify your stock portfolio, you have to diversify your menu portfolio.
Right. And I mean, we've said if meat prices go up and up and up, we will raise our prices as little as we can to survive. But it's like we can't just lose money and close down.
Yeah.
So if we have to raise prices, we raise prices. If meat prices go down, we can lower prices. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chats are quiet today. Just Code Man Stan.
But we got a chat in our Twitch.
Oh, Twitch.
So this was at the beginning of the channel. And Radislav Zelev. This is a spam, by the way.
All right.
I went from 0 to 100 on Twitch, bruh, by peakp.com. And some kind of guy with a sunglasses emoji at WATZWTI. Thank you, Radislav.
Yes.
Very much appreciated. Because we have one viewer in Twitch.
Yeah. Radislav.
We can go from 0 to 100 very quickly.
Yeah. So if you guys are interested, hit up our man over there on Twitch. I'll help you guys out. Let's chat about our cafe we're opening in Beaver Creek.
Beaverton. Wait, no, Beaver Creek.
Beaverton Creek.
Yeah, it's out of Dayton. No, I ended up talking to those guys. Within the first 10 seconds of that conversation, I knew this is not going to happen because they kept referring to us as Smash. They didn't say Smash Buddies. They had no idea like who we are, what we did. They knew we did burgers and that was about it. And they're like, yeah, you can just open up another concept. You guys seem like very entrepreneurial. And it's like, all right, well, what do you look like? What do you have over there? Is this a new build? He's like, no, we just bought out like this mall complex. And they're like, we're looking to put someone in a food court. It's like, no, we're good. Like, not a chance.
Maybe they're just so efficient. They don't waste time saying our full name. Of our business,
seriously.
You know?
But like in the first 4 sentences of him, he probably said like 20 corporate jargon words. Like, we're going to put some color on this. We'll circle back. It's just all kinds of bullshit. I was like, all right, dude, we're good. Like, I'm not interested in the slightest for this.
Yeah. Well, dang. It was close.
It was close.
I thought for a second we were going to Beaver Creek Town.
Yeah.
Not so much. It is crazy because you'd think those guys are obviously trying to get people in their space.
Yeah.
How are they going to make money if they don't? Why would you not actually do some like targeted research? Find concepts you want, put in a little bit of effort. Stop by the restaurant instead of just cold emailing.
Very strange. I assume they just look like top burger restaurants in Columbus and they saw us and like, wow, you just put it over here.
Yeah, they probably emailed 400 people.
I would
the
imagine.
Same thing. And
yeah.
Probably had AI do it. Just like email everybody. That's why everything's all messed up. But no, interesting. Very interesting. I think, we had the ghost kitchen that we went and looked through Uber Eats.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
It was the same exact thing. Because one of the reasons I talked to the guy on the phone, he's like, after we checked the place out, he's like, you guys interested in coming on, going to the next step? And I was like, we have an 8-mile bubble for our DoorDash and Uber Eats. If we opened a second location inside of that 8-mile bubble, 50% of the bubble is covered by 2 places.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to have them that close. Like, you want as many big bubbles in the city as you can get. Maybe a mile overlap, but yeah. And I told him that.
Do you remember how much that was? One of those spaces?
I want to say it was 2,000.
Okay, and you get one hood
2 or 2,500 for 200 square feet.
8 foot by 10 foot or 12 foot.
And that doesn't count any of your extra storage, freezer space, cooler space, any of that. But I asked him, I'm like, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the way I'm looking at it. Like, this is our circle. The circle you want to put us in is massively overlapping. That's going to kill half of, we can't get more business if half of it's going to be the same business. And he's like, no, you're right. I was like, okay. All right, man. Well, I guess
conversation's over. Appreciate it.
Sums it up. We're good to go on that. But
no, that was wild. That's when I first learned that a lot of those ghost kitchens just open up the same restaurant 6 different times on DoorDash just so that they pop up with SEO, but it's literally the same menu and everything, same space.
And they were stoked about it.
I know, they
They're
were like
"Dude,
bragging about it.
They're like, you can have Smash Buddies, you can have Cole's Smash Burgers, you can have Jared's Delicious Smashies,
Yeah.
and they can just be different packaging, and you make the same thing, sell it to them. I'm like, why would you do that? Like,
Yeah.
oh, you just have a better chance of people clicking on one of your restaurants if you have 10 of them. I'm like, bro.
Oh, and those,
Wild.
I don't know how much we want to go into it, but just walking through that was unpleasant.
Yeah.
It was like a prison cell for restaurant. Like it was literally like, it looked like cells in a prison. You go to the next one and there's just like 2 guys just sweating over a griddle cooking food. And you're like,
shit everywhere.
sheesh. And it's just like all concrete walls and everything. It was like
No windows.
no windows. It was literally like a prison warehouse.
Yeah. And it was a massive building. So if you have to run and get something from the freezer, it's like half a block.
Yeah.
If you're running, and you have a 200 square foot kitchen. So you're going to be running back and forth a lot just to stay stocked up on things if you're doing any decent business out of there.
And you got to factor in that all the platforms are taking a 30% cut of everything that you sell. So
Do you think they give you a
30%
better
cost of
deal
goods.
if you're in their establishment?
no,
Doubt it.
not a chance.
They probably charge you more.
I would think. I doubt it's more, but they're not going to. Why would they give you a discount? I think the only people who get discounts are the ones like like Taco Bell and stuff, who's like, because they deliver on Uber Eats. I think some of the other like big chains have their own like delivery service, but I bet you like Taco Bell, Wendy's, and all those, they get discounts because they're pulling in hundreds of millions a year on those platforms, and they can't, like, Uber's not going to be like, nah, you have to pay 30. It's probably closer to like 10%, I bet.
Yeah. They work out some fancy deal.
That's what I would imagine. The bigger the fish, the more you can.
Yeah, I'm curious how long those will be around for. I don't see it as something that's going to be around forever.
What?
Like those cloud kitchens or ghost kitchens, like the multi-unit,
The
ones,
incubation kitchens, as they like to fancy themselves. I don't know. That I really don't. I think as soon as there's a big market downturn and people aren't eating out as much, or they're being a little bit more responsible with what they have, I think a lot of them are just going to go out.
Yeah.
Because it still costs money for people to be in it, and if they can't afford it, it's like you're just going to lose all your tenants, and you're not going to be able to pay rent.
Yeah, I mean, they was half full when they had us come in there.
Yeah.
I think they had 40 or 42 kitchens, and they had like 25 were filled.
Yeah, it's how can we passively make as much income as possible by having other people bring us business? That's basically their whole business model.
It's working.
But I guess that's what being a landlord really is in the end of the day anyways.
Yep, I own the building. All right, you want to jump into the next one?
Let's do it.
Topic number 2. Why good restaurants still close. This is kind of a longer topic. I put a bunch of points in here, but here are the top 6 reasons good restaurants close. Good being food's not the issue. They make good food. People like their food. They have good reviews, but they still close. So number 1 is profit versus cash flow. And that's basically one of the points I put on in here is a $20,000 week doesn't mean $20,000 in profit because most of it's already spent. So even though like for us, we had a big week last week, the restaurant was packed. We did 22,000.
Yep.
And we'll get into this more later, but our end profit on that was like $3,500. So it's the business is packed. You're doing a lot of sales, but majority of that's not going in your pocket. And some of the factors for that is your build out loans or any of your business loans, really. Vendor payment cycles, like the random checks that people are cashing a month later, and they cash like all 6 of them at a time.
Oh yeah.
Just wipe out your weekly profits. Then things like seasonal dips, like our snowpocalypse we had and stuff like that. But trying to, without having a huge savings or a starting point that you can dip in on the slow weeks, it's like as soon as you start getting ahead, somebody cashes 15 checks and then you have a bad week and things kind of layer up and you quickly can run out of money.
Yeah, and that's the worst part about businesses failing within the first 5 years, restaurants, because it takes 3 to 5 years for you to even like meet even a fraction of your potential.
Yeah.
So like you're constantly taking out debt year 1, you're taking out debt year 2, keeping it float. Now you're finally, that inflection point, and you are where you're supposed to be, and you would be profitable. But guess what? Now you have like $5,000 in loans, short term, like 2 to 5 year loans that you had to take off just to like make payroll.
Yeah, $5,000 in payments.
A month.
Yeah.
And so like, you're profitable, but your cash flow is not meeting that because you have all this debt that you have to pay off. And so that's why a lot of them will close. It's because they just you run out of cash.
You just you have to dig a hole to get out of the hole.
Yeah.
And then eventually,
and luckily, you can get a loan, hopefully, and then that'll kind of like save it. You consolidate everything, make that, overhead cost just a little bit lower, and then you're actually profitable cash flow wise. But stuff.
That's something we've talked about before. Mikey Late Night told us is always be looking for better money.
Yeah.
And it's nobody wants to give you money when you need it.
Yeah.
And so when you don't need it, try to get better loans, with better terms to try to keep bringing your monthly payments down to where you can eventually climb out of that hole, without bringing in an investor or something like that. But anywho, there's number 2, rent and lease traps. So this is something I saw a lot in Washington, actually, when I was in law enforcement. But number 1 was short lease followed by a steep increase. So there was a few places where there was like a strip mall, all these businesses would open, and after a few years, the landlord jacks up everybody's rent, 15, 20%, and it's like pay it or leave.
Yeah.
And then all those businesses are like, I can't afford that, and they're forced to shut down, and that happens often, or places, buildings sell, and they're going to build apartment complexes or whatever. Your landlord sells your lease out, and then you're pretty much screwed.
Yeah.
Which I think we're good there because we're in a historic building, so they aren't going to bulldoze ours. But one of the other ones is percentage of sales clause, which is common in like food courts or things like, I don't know if the North Market and Bud Dairy all do that, but I
don't know. I've never looked into it.
Yeah, I've heard of some of them do like a percentage of sales, and there's a
I think seasonal ones do a lot of that too, like, for like tourist areas where they have like a 3-month year. That way they can keep their rent like low in the slow times. And then
goes up
when it's busy, then that's when like the landlord actually makes their money because they're taking a percentage.
Yeah, there's a commercial spot down near us, over by where we park, that I heard right at the end of Liberty down there.
Yeah, what place?
I don't know, that building with the huge parking lot used to be a big restaurant or something.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I don't remember who was telling me this, but somebody was looking into that spot, and they said they wanted a large amount of rent for it plus percentage of sales, which I'm like, that is nuts. Percentage of sales is crazy to me because the more you make, the more you pay.
Yeah.
And it's like you can never get ahead or get away from it.
And in a business where 10% profit margins is really good, 5% cost of like sales is just, you're not going to make any money.
Yeah.
What are you doing it for? You're not making any money.
Yep. Where we at on here? Oh, build out costs that aren't recoverable. We were kind of talking about that. I think it was last week, where these places are doing, $700 million build out costs.
Yeah.
On these places, which if you're in McDonald's and you're building a new location, it's going to be super expensive. But, a lot of smaller places spend, in my opinion, way too much money getting the place open.
Which if you own the land, the building, sure, that makes sense. But if you're renting or leasing?
On certain things too. But like chairs and tables, we were looking at chairs and tables and booths for our spot, and you can spend like $20, $30 a chair. You can spend like $200 a chair.
Yeah.
And of course there's arguments for like bar stools. The more comfortable the chair is, the longer people are going to sit there. The longer you sit there, the more drinks they buy. It pays for itself. It's an investment. But I'm like, man, you buy 50 chairs at a high dollar price just because they look super nice.
Yeah.
Like,
those chairs aren't more comfortable too. No,
the best chairs I found in bars are the super old ones.
Yeah.
where they're like 20 years old and they're still working, but for some reason I think they're built to last.
Like ours.
Yeah. And then there's standard is 2 to 3% yearly increase on your lease. And that's tough enough to meet every year. I mean, your business has to keep growing year over year because your lease every year is going to go up a certain amount, whatever it is. You know, and if you're not locked in on your lease and after 2, 3, 4 years, your lease doubles, you're going to be screwed.
Yeah. Well, that's why you also have to be paying attention to inflation and all of your other costs, because you have to raise prices after a certain amount of time. Like if you're not meeting like your certain percentages, if rent and utilities isn't around 10% of your total sales, you got to figure out how to fix that. Because if it's higher than that, you're eventually like, you're not in a good spot financially.
Right.
Like,
and I mean, but that's the other thing is like, you can only raise your prices so much before you're a $25 cheeseburger. And it's
I mean, in 10 years,
no
10 years from now, all cheeseburgers are going to be $25.
That's fair.
Like prices they're not going to go down.
That is fair. No, I mean, like Taco Bell soft tacos used to be like 79 cents.
Yeah, man, I just got 3 bean burritos and they were like $8.
Yeah.
I was shocked. They're so good, but God.
Yeah, their tacos now are like $2.59.
I know, insane.
But yeah,
it used to be like 69 cents.
You used to get the like party box for like $10. Now it's like $22. Still good though.
Yeah,
still good. Number 3 on why good restaurants still close is overexpansion. Overconfident in the first location doing well, so kind of growing too quickly. Second location is just doubling your overhead potentially or more, and doubling your problems. That's one thing that Mikey told us as well. Every other location adds 4 more walls of problems.
Yeah.
You know, so he's like, your profit's not going to double. Excuse me. So your profit's not going to double. Your rent's going to double. Your utilities are going to double. Your staffing problem's going to double.
Yeah.
You know, all of your problems go up and your costs go up. So
well, that was the other thing he said. It's like, when do you know it's like the right time to open a second location? You'll know because you'll be bored. Like that's it. If you're bored and you don't have anything to do because your restaurant's running by itself, you can take a 2-week vacation and everything goes smooth. They know not to they don't have to come to you.
Yeah.
Then you're probably ready for a second location. Until then, just keep doing what you're doing.
Just keep on trucking.
Which I don't think we're not there yet.
Now, which brings in the next points of overexpansion is quality and control slips and losing span of control without good leadership in place. That's one of the things we've been talking about for a while before we would open another location is we want to basically build a franchise packet for ourselves.
Yeah.
So a playbook on the next spot. And if we did it now, we would not be ready because we're still learning and still figuring out things for our restaurant and our staffing. And yeah, if we opened another location tomorrow, it would be a disaster.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And now,
unless we had like a lot of money.
Yeah. Even still, like right now, I feel like we're a good, reliable place that people know.
Yeah.
We're consistent. They know exactly what they're going to get and what they're paying for, and they get it every time. If you open a second location, you know, like if we opened one right now and we weren't ready for it and we didn't have the right staff over there, you know, you quickly lose that reputation. And people have no grace for you. It's like,
well, with the two of us,
one shot.
With the two of us, we could do it, but then we'd go really quickly into number 4 here, which is labor cost and burnout. Like we could probably open up another location, but we would burn ourselves out like pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, in our first 6 months, our employee turnover was, I think we went through like 6 or 7 people pretty quickly. I mean, it's just the nature of the job, I think.
Yeah.
Training costs for someone to leave in a week.
Yep.
Wage increase, and then management and owner burnout from filling all the gaps for 60+ hours a week.
Yeah. When people call out, who are you going to call?
Yeah.
It's us or, you know, one of our leads stepping in.
Which
as far
there's
as the kitchen, but
decision fatigue. Like every text you get of someone like brings something to your attention, there's a little fatigue cost with all that.
Yeah.
And when you get that 10 times a day, 15 times a day, you're off work and you get that twice, like it completely ruins your like state of mind. Yeah. And so if like that's adding, like that's just compounding day after day, you're getting 5 to 10 texts of like this and that and this and that. Eventually, yeah, that's where burnout comes because you literally don't get to turn your brain off about the business.
Yep. Number 5, concept fatigue. We'll see if we nail this one or not.
Yeah.
But I wrote down social media hype fades, trendy concepts that lose momentum. Examples that I put on here, like diet fads where keto was a big thing for a while. Everybody had all these keto options. Now it seems like everyone's doing high protein stuff, regardless of any of the other macros. It's just high protein. But and then smash burgers, I think, are another concept that could end up fatiguing out. But
yeah,
did we get another comment, or is that you on there?
Yeah, just another
spam.
Tolerable sarcasm 43F. Top viewers streambo.com.
All right.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if you guys can tell, but our building's like shaking right now.
I hope they can't, but we'll see.
The video's just or it topples on live and then we'll go viral.
That would be sweet.
Building collapses while 2 buffoons try to do a podcast.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Number 6 of why good restaurants still close. Owner ego, which I think we're good on this one. Ignoring customer feedback, keeping unprofitable items just because you like them, and refusing to adjust your menu pricing. I think we're pretty good at listening to our customers.
I think so.
The next thing I go over our business model, but that's one of the things we said from the beginning is give the people what they want.
Yeah. And that's the benefit of being at the restaurant so much and like still serving and bartending every once in a while because we get direct customer feedback. Yeah. We have a lot of regulars that we respect and want to keep happy. Well, we're going to do what they say.
Unless they say French fries.
Yeah. There's a few things that are off the table.
Off limits. But for the most part, yeah, we read all of our reviews. We read all the comments and everything, and we're constantly in there talking to people. So I feel like we do pretty good with that section. But what is our business model, Cole?
We stick to what we're good at. We know burgers. We got good at burgers in the food truck. We're going to continue to do burgers. We might do things here and there, but it's only if we're very, very confident that every time it's perfect.
Yeah. And we can be good.
Which is why it's taking us over like almost a year to do milkshakes, is because we just have not had the time to put in the effort to build out a system that's perfect every single time that we're happy with. I eat a burger every day. I want to be able to drink a milkshake every day. I know I won't, but I want that to be, that's the standard.
Yeah.
Keep it stupid simple. I thought it was simple stupid, but we could go either way. We don't overcomplicate things. We try not to. Because if it's complicated for us, it's going to be complicated for everyone else.
Right.
We're not the 2 sharpest tools in the shed, so
yeah,
we just keep it nice and easy.
That's the same thing. Like in the food truck was the exact same. We have 4 menu items.
Yeah.
Like it's simple for customers to order.
Yeah.
It's simple for the kitchen to make. It's simple to prep, simple to clean. If everything's simple, it's a lot easier to hire trained staff and keep things running, efficiently when you have 2 10-tops walk in at the same time. It's like it's not 30 different menu items. It's 4 different menu items done 30 different ways.
You want to go through number 3?
Number 3, strive for long-term growth through word of mouth and good customer service over a viral social media moment and hype. I will say, social media is great, and any of the social media hype moments are great, but I think if your only priority is like blowing up on social media and not so much focused on the people who are coming in every day to your restaurant, like you can kind of lose focus on the idea of if I just have a video that has 1 million views, or this influencer, I pay them $2,000 and they have all these followers, like everyone's going to come. That's kind of, it seems like that's the modern thinking of marketing, is just pay some fancy influencer to come in and talk nice things about your cheeseburger.
Which it works. Don't get me wrong. Like that stuff does work. But
it has its hype moment, and if you're not there to back it up,
Yeah.
then it's just gonna fade away.
Well, yeah, it's like with Triple D, diners, drive-ins, and dives. I heard some weird statistic that like a lot of those businesses fail pretty shortly after because they have an uptick of 100% business the next month. Quality goes to shit. Consistency goes to shit.
Wait times.
All of your regulars that you had get pissed off because this isn't what I was used to. I don't want to go here anymore.
Yeah.
You lose all those regulars that you had, and then none of those new customers become regulars. So now you're left with,
Nothing.
That 100% dip. Now you're, lower than where you started after
Yeah.
that pretty quickly. So,
And that's where I think our focus has always been like treating every customer and every burger like we want that person to come back.
yeah.
And actually caring. And it's gone a long ways. Our regulars, we have a lot of regulars.
Yeah.
Too many, actually. I'm starting to like not remember people's names. It's hard. I always apologize.
I'm already bad with names, so I hope they understand.
Like I got so many people I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
As I said earlier, number 4 is give the people what they want. 5, burgers over politics.
Yeah, we did that life way back when.
And we were
I like burgers more.
Yeah, just focus on burgers. That's all we need to talk about. And then being reliable and consistent, which we've had a lot of people say every time I come here, it's the exact same. People who have been coming for a while, which is good.
And we've said it before, and that's literally the most important thing in a restaurant is getting reliable and consistent.
Yep.
You want good food, but reliability and consistency are bar none.
Yeah, and it's crazy. If you go somewhere 10 times and it's perfect all 10 times, then the 11th time, it's shitty. Every time after that, you're like, ooh.
Yeah.
Am I going to get the good one?
Yeah.
I'm spending $8 here. Am I going to get the good one or am I going to get the shitty one?
Yeah.
And if you get it twice in a row,
it's over.
It's over. Game over. Oh. Man, we're cruising along here.
Huh?
We're cruising along here.
Yeah.
Almost 50 minutes.
50?
Yeah.
Holy crap. That
That's
flew by.
No, that was a long topic.
Yeah.
Long-winded one, but interesting.
It's nice when we have topics. I think it goes by a lot quicker than when we're just trying to grasp something out of the
Read
air.
spam off Twitch.
Hey, you asked.
No, it's Codeman Stan tried to throw something up in the chats last week. I won't repeat it, but YouTube blocked it
Did it?
because it thought it was spam.
Oh.
So he couldn't believe that we didn't read his comment.
Oh, I don't.
But YouTube was like, nah, we're not putting that on there. Anyways, you want to go to our call out of the week?
Yes, this is everyone's favorite segment, the call out of the week.
Yes.
And this week, coming to Columbus very soon, we have the Arnold Classic,
The Governor
the Governor.
himself.
So the call out is to none other than Arnold Schwarzenegger. Where are you at? Why aren't you eating a burger? I know you like burgers. Come get a burger. It's right down the road from the convention center. Hit us up, social media.
Yep.
Give us a DM. I will hand deliver it to you. On a gold platter. I will go out and buy a gold platter and hand deliver you a smash burger.
About like a gold dumbbell.
Gold dumbbell would be sweet.
That'd be
I
cool.
like that. But come on. We're waiting. We'll be here.
What do you think he'd say after he came in and got a burger?
I have no idea. I don't have a good Arnold impersonation if that's what you were going for.
I'll be back.
Come on.
Come on.
Yeah, that was a layup. I fucking missed that
man.
one. Swing and a miss.
All right, Mr. Arnold. We'll see you March 5th through the 8th. So you got a few days to swing through. Last year, the Arnold was a big week for us.
Yeah, huge week.
And I think we forgot the Arnold was happening until it started. And we're like, who are all these massive humans coming in and ordering burgers? I'm like, oh, yeah, it's the Arnold this week. But I think it's 50,000 people go to that. It's like the biggest thing in Columbus.
Damn. Oh, yeah, Sam Sulik, if you want to come by, we got a burger for you. I know he's competing, so
After the competition.
Yeah, I don't know if a burger would be in his repertoire after a post-show, but who knows?
Loaded Tots, maybe.
Maybe a load of tots. Mike Israetel, if you're in town, let us know.
Swing through. We might have to swing over there and chase some people down
Yeah.
in case they
And our
happen to miss this podcast episode.
no chance.
No, so far we've had zero luck with our call outs though.
Well, we haven't been doing them very long. It's only been like
It's coming.
3 weeks.
It's going to be a major announcement when it works.
Yeah.
But no, Arnold's probably going to show up just for a burger and be like, he came. He'd be like, what are you talking about? We called you up. I had no idea. Just wanted a burger, man.
Yeah.
It is what it is. All right. Where we are at on our journey. Are we closer to trailers or yachts?
We're trending towards yachts, baby. Last week was a really good week.
I feel like we've had a lot more smiles this week than the last few episodes.
Oh, yeah. I think we've got big plans for this year. I think our projections for this year are looking mighty tasty. And I think we're on the upswing.
Slowly growing.
Yeah. I mean,
you want to do a drum roll for our numbers?
I think our building's doing the drum roll for us.
That's true.
I'm really curious if they can hear this or not.
It doesn't look like it's picking up on the mics. Don't do that. No, we did have a comment on our numbers from last week.
I know, I saw that.
Someone said ... that's ... bad.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. But
that was for the $633 in profits.
Mm-hmm.
There was another one where we did like a $1,000 story in the food truck, and they're like, who cares about $1,000? What is your guys' like? We care. That's what I don't understand, man.
Every dollar matters.
Every dollar matters.
When you're trying
I
to
feel
survive.
like social media has desensitized people to just like
Boring.
what it means to like actually like do the boring shit and grow slowly till finally you get somewhere. It's like the end product isn't like, that's not always what it was like. They started like with making 10, 15 bucks a day and they built their way up there, but whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck
and
you.
that's what a lot of the internet is. It's like fake hype for clicks.
Yeah.
You know, like we could come on here and be like, hey guys, we did 22,000 in sales this week. Look at us. We killed it. And it's like, no, these are the real numbers.
Yeah.
It's real, authentic.
It's boring.
Yeah. We talk about that a lot too. Like doing a weekly podcast is not easy.
No.
Just every week is essentially the same grind.
Yep.
And it's like just baby steps every week doing the same thing. It's like trying to figure out shit to talk about.
I mean, we've been doing this for over a year now, about a year. And what are we getting on our videos? Like still less than 100. 20 to 50 is a good video for us. It's like, we're still doing it.
Yeah.
But this is when it matters to do it. Doesn't matter when you have 100,000 views. It matters like starting out the first 5 years where you get zero traction, but you're like, fuck everyone. I know this is going to work. You guys
I hope it is.
Or I hope. And
it.
if it doesn't, who cares? You learn experience, you move on from it. But
yeah. And I'd rather just bet on myself and try to make something happen. That's kind of what we've done this whole time, you know, and we went from the food truck of zero experience.
Yeah.
And literally trying, like $1,000 event was great.
It was fantastic.
You know, if we did an event and made $1,000 in sales, like that was awesome. We do roll up to Home Depot or wherever else, and it's like $300. I guess sure we made money.
Yeah.
Very, very small amount. And you look at the cost of, you know, running propane that whole time and gas driving over there, prep, food waste, all that stuff. It's like, you know, $1,000 events is how this started.
Yeah.
So now we're doing $1,000 lunches.
I know. It's great. On average, I think.
Yeah. Or more.
Yeah.
All right. The building stopped shaking. Drum roll. The numbers of the week.
So last week we did $22,333 in sales. New record week. First day over $5,000 on Friday there.
Mm-hmm.
Going into some of our costs, our labor was $6,995. So almost $7,000, which puts our labor just below 30%, which our labor has never touched that. Not even gotten close to 30%. So for that to be like where we're at right now is fantastic. Now the caveat to that is we no longer have a bar manager and we worked the front and the bar a decent amount last week. That didn't count as labor because we don't collect a paycheck.
Right.
So that probably would have been closer to like 32 to 33%. Plus, we're probably going to need more people if we do those numbers consistently. So, like, you know, realistically 35%. But that's still fantastic. That's as good as I want our labor to be, is about 35 to 40%.
The week before, we did 17,328, if I remember right.
Yeah.
And our labor was pretty close to the same.
It was $6,800 and like $30. Yeah.
Yeah. So this week we did 5,000 more, and our labor went up $100.
Yep.
That's great.
Yeah. Which that'll go up, whatever. Our cost of goods was $6,700. Cost of goods is kind of hard to track week by week because of the fact of checks are getting cashed. There's a whole lot of factors, but that's roughly what we spent last week. Still, that was like 28% total sales. Rent and utilities, $2,700.43. If you remember me saying this earlier, you want your rent and utilities to be closer to 10%. That's still too high for what we did in sales. We need that to be closer to, we need to do 27,000 in sales for our rent to be where it's at. We will get there. It's just going to take time. Probably, I would say by June, July this year, we should be getting that. Yeah. And then other expenses, just like your softwares, marketing, advertising, all of that stuff, insurance, was $2,000.10 for a grand total net profit of $3,884 last week, which is really good. That's over 10% profits. Now that's rough estimation, but shoot, that's a damn good week for us.
Yep.
And
huge jump from the week prior.
Yeah. If we can keep that up, great. I think we'll be in a good spot. But that was last week. I also did a little bit of math for our projections. So year to date, so January to the now 2 weeks into February, this year compared to last year, 2025, we are up about 80% in sales. So almost doubling what we did last year, which is fantastic. Yep. I think we'll continue that momentum through the year. I'm expecting about a 60% increase in sales throughout the year. So that should put our total net sales about like 1.2 million this year, which is good. That's what I hope we can stay at. But if you look at the last 24 weeks from now and then compare those last 24 weeks from last year, we're up 125%. So great. We're still trending in the right direction. I think once our liquor sales continue to climb, and that's going to lower our cost of goods and it's going to lower our labor. So those numbers will stay where they need to be. We just need to do more sales to make sure our rent and utilities aren't kind of swallowing us up. Yeah. And then we still have to consolidate some of our loans that we have that are on the shorter term, but
yeah, everyone says liquor sales are better than food sales. You make more money, which is true. But if we can keep hitting these numbers and surviving off our burger sales alone, and like the bar takes time as that continues to grow, that's all extra. You know? Yeah, that's all icing on the cake. As long as the burgers are doing enough where it's evening out, then we're fine. Then it's just the slow growth of the bar to keep getting there. But
which that's something that's easily able to pull that lever when we need to. Yeah. And when we have the time to focus on it.
Which this year.
Yeah.
This is the year of the bar.
The year of the bar.
It's coming.
It is.
You got any ideas for any new segments?
My next segment. I love this. So 1.2 million is what we're projecting to do this year. That's not good enough. I want to double, since we've started this, I've told you I've wanted to double our revenue every year.
Yes.
We started with about 300,000. Last year we hit that number. We did about $740,000 last year. That means this year we have to be close to 1.5 million. So there's a $300,000 gap that we have to make up somehow.
How are we going to do it?
So I always got different ideas. We got the Buddy Rub back up on our, website, sbohio.shop. So I think we'll make, a decent chunk of change, but I don't think that'll be enough. So the other thing I want to do is this is our 52nd burger of the week. I want to make a Smash Buddies cookbook.
Okay.
That takes the top 15 best burgers of the weeks and puts them in a cookbook so you can make your favorite burger of the week at home. You don't have to wait for us to rerun it. You can make it at home. So you like the lots of matzo? Our vodka sauce will be in there. Mozzarella sticks. You'll be able to make it at your house.
Boom.
Boom. Beer cheese, that'll be in there. Blackened ranch, that'll be in there. And I think it would just be like a nice, my goal is to have this done by Christmas of next year.
Ooh.
That way it's the perfect stocking stuffer for all your loved ones. And it will go perfectly with Buddy Rub. The last rub your meat's ever going to need.
I think, first 15 cookbook sales get a free bottle
Free Buddy
of
Rub.
seasoning.
Yeah, I love it.
Free seasoning
Yeah.
to go with your recipe book.
So that's my
Wait
plan.
for it.
I'm going to knock out maybe like a recipe a week until the next year, and we'll have a cookbook ready to go. It's going to be a slick little thing.
We got the photos for it.
Yeah, exactly. We have a professional camera. We have all the recipes. We know like what we should do.
We got to do like headshots with like aprons and knives.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe the chef hats.
Yeah.
So we
I
look
like
all
it.
official. The Buddies Cookbook.
So the Smash Buddies cookbook coming soon.
That's-
By the end of 2026, my guess.
You know, this is titled Cole's Ideas that probably won't happen.
Yes.
But I think this is a good one.
Is it a good one? Yeah.
It's not bad.
We'll see.
It is not bad. Yeah, we didn't have any TikTok hate this week.
No.
Kind of bums me out. We did have a lot of comments on the Gen Z drinking situation.
Did we? I haven't delved into that.
Yeah, a lot of because argument
Not hate?
on the videos, and people trying to explain it more.
Oh, gotcha.
So on the video, you said what, like 50% or 25% of Gen Z is not even old enough to drink.
And to be fair, I pull statistics out of my ass all the time. So
Yeah, they're just
Yeah.
made up.
yeah,
That's
I think it was close, but
60% of statistics are made up on the spot, you
Yeah.
know? No, everyone was saying, well, they're still drinking if they're underage. They're just having other people buy it for them.
that's a
So it still
interesting
counts.
argument. Yeah, but I mean, like, sure, that might account for a small percentage of things, but also, like, it's illegal. There's going to be a much smaller percentage of people who do that than when it's legal.
Yeah.
Like, it's still a deterrent.
No,
so-
that was the main argument was you think because they're underage, they're not drinking. Of course they're still drinking. They're just getting other people to buy it.
No, but the fraction, like, the percentage of them that are drinking because it's against the law is a lot smaller.
Yeah.
But whatever. I'm not going to argue with TikTok. They know better than me. I've learned that time and time again.
Yep. I think that's about all we got. Just over an hour.
Damn good cast.
Not
We're getting
bad.
good at this.
Not bad.
How many viewers we got?
No idea.
We
I
got
can't see.
1. No more comments on Twitch.
Just spam.
Just spam.
That's fine.
We'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah. Hey, spam comments are better than no comments, I guess.
Better than no comments. I like it.
I feel like we get spammed a lot in this line of work.
Yeah.
It's kind of annoying.
Every day we get 15 different phone calls,
Yeah, we're gonna need.
crank calls.
We're gonna have to hire somebody eventually just to handle spam.
Eventually.
Yeah.
All right, let's end
Something.
this and talk about what really matters.
All right. We're out. Thank you guys.
Smash you later.
That was good.
Thank
You
you.
want to start doing that from now on?
No, I don't.